Today I want to talk about the differences between real firearms and airsoft. The enthusiasm of the hobby, of the sport between the two, okay? So you have firearms, you have airsoft. They're two totally different things, but a lot of times people kind of get them kind of mixed up. The waters get a little dirty, a little muddy, if you know what I mean. So a lot of times you'll see real firearm enthusiasts coming in and saying, hey, stop being a little kid, buy a real gun. You really see that kind of come in that one direction. So that being said, airsoft is a great gateway into real firearms. A lot of these younger guys that can't yet get a real firearm, they'll end up getting airsoft because it's cool. It replicates the real firearm. But the cool thing about it as well is it's kind of a training aid. It's going to teach them the responsibility of how to handle a real firearm and kind of prep them. So it's actually a really good thing before they get into firearms. The older guys that have the airsoft guns and you're getting harped on by the real steel guys, that's fine, man. Real firearms are awesome. I own many real firearms myself, as well as many more airsoft guns. But I enjoy airsoft on a totally different plane than I do shooting paper targets at the range. Yeah, you got your firearms, you got your airsoft. And in the middle, there's kind of a happy medium where once you get kind of past the Chinese gear, the Condor stuff, a lot of guys take a lot of pride and they spend a lot of money on their gear, on their plate carriers, on their first and second line type things, on their brain buckets, all that stuff, man. So a lot of these guys that are doing airsoft, they might also have real firearms, but they're going to use their real gear because it works for both. Your mag pouches are still mag pouches, whether it be for an airsoft mag or for a firearm mag. You know, your plate carrier is still a plate carrier. I don't run with real plates. I have plenty of friends that do. I have plenty of friends that even run with Kevlar helmets, things like that. It's not my cup of tea, but to each their own. It is a great training tool for sure. Also, with airsoft, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't do firearms. You can do both, and a lot of people don't understand that. And also, there's a lot of like dick measuring and pissing contests when you own a lot of firearms. It's kind of a coming to age type thing. It's, you know, it's every man's right to own a firearm. If you want to own a firearm, do it. That's great. But realize that it's not airsoft. And when you go out there and you're looking for firearms, you're doing your Google searches, you're trying to get some research going on a particular firearm, a lot of times this airsoft crap's going to pop up. And I know it's annoying, but it's a thing and it's there. But airsoft's fun, man. You can shoot your friends, they don't die, and it's a lot cheaper than a weekend at the range. A lot of my personal airsoft buddies happen to be active military or retired military. I have some law enforcement friends. I also have a lot of friends that are very active in the real world of firearms, whether it be at gun shops or just a very in-depth gun background in a real steel airsoft term, all right? And it's not necessarily one-sided like firearm guys are just harping on airsofters for being fake firearms. You see it go the other way too. So I've seen a lot of airsofters kind of graduate up to real firearms. And they're like, oh, I don't play with airsoft anymore. I only do real firearms. That's fine, dude. There can be a balance. We can coexist, airsoft and firearms. I know it's annoying. Check out a decent airsoft gun one of these days if your buddy has one. They're actually pretty fun, man. So anyways, that's my rant, guys. So just because you see somebody playing airsoft doesn't mean that you should automatically assume that they don't know dick and you're going to compare them and their knowledge of real firearms based on the clear Springer replica that you saw at Walmart last time you were in the sporting goods fighting for the last box of 9mm ammo. Check you next time, guys.
Come on, man.
Every time I'm in the street